Good morning. It's been a while since I've been on. I was a little under the weather, feeling much better now. Nothing major, just a cold. And I thought today we'd talk about diabetes. I've touched on coma, I've touched on PD dialysis. I haven't told you how I became a type 1 diabetic. I was young, I was 19 years old. Interestingly enough, there's no genetic disposition when it comes to type 1 diabetes in my family. So at that age, I was under a lot of stress. I had just become a new father. I had just a few months before that, had gotten married, moved in with my in laws. I was a kid, going through a lot of adult stuff. All of my family had just moved to Orlando, Florida, which is where I reside now. And yeah, I was going through a lot. In a strange world, kind of a strange place, with a new baby that I adore, who's now 33 years old almost. um, I had a car accident. And I had a car accident on the way to work. And I know the impact was so hard, it killed my pancreas. But we didn't know that. I mean, we had a month go by. I was working out a lot at the time, and I also had a little bit of thickness on me from, baby fat from my son's mother being pregnant. When she ate, I ate with her, and I didn't mind it. But then I realized I was a little thick. I wanted to lose some weight. So when I noticed the weight dropping, I didn't think anything of it. I thought, hey, this is great. I'm losing a few pounds, and I really wanted to lose some weight, so this is a wonderful thing. And then my father-in-law noticed I was playing with my food at the dinner table, and I wasn't eating it. And I can eat, and I love food. And also, I was very dehydrated. I would drink a gallon of liquid, and it had to be sweet. And I tell you what, 20 minutes later, I was in the restroom urinating out a gallon of liquid. And this was a cycle that was going on constantly for about a month. And within that month, I lost 45 pounds. I had no idea what was going on. I thought I had some sort of flu or some sort of small illness. I'm 19 years old and very young and very strong and no history of illness in my family at that point. And I ended up falling to the ground when no one was home with the phone in my hand. And now this is a wall phone and a wall jack. I didn't have the energy to twist the doorknob to get into the restroom. And I slid down the wall and sat on the floor and called my mother-in-law. Long story short, ended up in a care unit, 24-hour care unit. And the doctor has a urinal with my urine in it, and he's swinging it around like this. And he goes, "Why aren't you taking care of your diabetes?" And I'm looking at him like, "Are you nuts? What the hell is diabetes? I have no idea. I've never heard of the word." Um, I'm like, "What is diabetes?" He goes, "You are diabetic." And he checked my glucose level, and it was 670. Now, anyone that knows anything about diabetes, it should be between 70 and 120. That's the normal range. So that high was cause for alarm. I should have been in a coma then. I was ketoacidosis. I ended up going immediately to the ER. The doctor would not let me go home. I ended up 5 weeks in intensive care. Well, 3 weeks in intensive care, being picked and prodded and probed and every test you can think of, blood gases. It was a bad experience. Um, Finally, I took the first insulin shot I ever received, um, and I learned about diabetes, and I was learning, and it was tough, 2 weeks in the regular unit, 3 weeks in ICU, and I went home and had to move on with my life. And I gained a little weight, slowly but surely. I was super skinny. I think I went down to 145 pounds. I want to say 140 pounds. Um, Really bad experience. And from there, I learned that type 1 diabetes was considered the intelligence man disease because everybody's diabetes is different. No two are the same. And being that mine wasn't a genetic disposition, it came from a car accident, it was even worse because they were trying to look for a cause. At that time, they were trying to find who in my genome was responsible for, me having diabetes in a sense, where this genetic disposition come from. Well, we found out there wasn't any. And then they found out I had a car accident 5 weeks before that. And it was determined that my type 1 diabetes was from an accident. So, subscribe, stay tuned for part 2, and I will share more of that with you. I hope you have a great day.